Hello, I'm Gary Rhodes from the Marriott School of Management at Brigham Young University. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Lecture Series. Today our guest is Trent Kimball, founder and owner of Texas Armoring Corporation, a leading innovator in the design and manufacture of lightweight, transparent, and opaque armor for automotive and architectural applications located in San Antonio, Texas, specializing in the manufacture of bulletproof cars and armored vehicles. Trent has grown his business to serve a large international client base. Currently, his manufacturing facility is undergoing massive expansions that will double its capacity. He has spent the past 12 years managing and operating the company and providing armored vehicles to the world's elite. Through his business, Trent has had the unique opportunity to travel the world and meet with executives, diplomats, industrials, politicians, and high-level government officials. You know, this is an exciting topic for our viewers, I'm sure. I mean, you know, you make armored vehicles. I mean, you protect people from gun battles and all these kinds of things.
That's right.
And so it must be an exciting business. I bet, knowing the business you're in, you're always in the news.
That's right. We are always in the news, and that's one advantage that we have. We constantly strive for that free publicity, and
right.
and it's out there for us anytime we want it. So it's nice.
That's good, but it's probably hard, all the demands too. You have to decide which kind of live wire you're going to give attention to.
That's right. Yeah, we have to make sure that we pick and choose which publicity is actually going to benefit us. Otherwise, we would just be doing local news all the time.
Well, that's a great thing when you have a product that has so much wow factor that people want to hear about it.
It is. It's one thing. We save so much on advertising that way.
Yeah. Well, Trent, you're one of our youngest founders in the Center of Entrepreneurship and Technology here, and I think we'd like to know more about you. We know your wife. I've met Courtney, wonderful woman. I mean, I don't know how you got so lucky.
Neither do I.
And your 6 children, and we had a great time at the winter retreat with you at the Founders Retreat, and as always, it's fun, but we always like to hear more about your business. It's a business you can't hear enough about.
That's right. I think everybody in the Founders that go on these retreats know more about my business than I know about theirs, because they're always asking questions. It's an interesting business. My wife says, you know, once a grown man hears about my business, they turn into little boys.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, it involves guns and automobiles, and that's what we love.
Yeah, we all want to drive an armored vehicle.
That's right.
It's sometime in our life,
whether
right?
we need it or not.
Yeah, whether we need it or not. Well, let's start from, how did you get into this business? I mean, it's just not something you come out of school and you just say, I want to be an armored vehicle manufacturer, you know?
No, that's true. No, the way I got involved, I was involved in it from a very young age. My father actually had the same type of business when I was growing up. He as a former DEA agent,
right.
he noticed the need for armored vehicles in the different countries we lived, and so he actually is the brains, or the actual person that thought about this idea, right. Brought it in to what it is, and so he had the similar company that he sold while I was on my mission, and so when I came back from my mission, I was pretty heartbroken. You know, that's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to just go in and take over his business, but that didn't happen that way. So
he had sold it.
He did sell it. He sold it, and his partner that bought it from him actually gave it to his son, and that guy ran it into the ground.
Oh.
So, but in 2 years, the armoring company in San Antonio, one of the 5 in the nation,
right.
no longer existed. So at that point, my father knew that I was in school, and he knew my struggles with school, because I'm not the...
Because you're such an entrepreneur.
That's right. Yeah, entrepreneurs don't always do well in school. Anyway.
Especially when they're doing other things.
That's right. That's right. So he gave me the idea to start my own business. You know, for the first couple years, maybe 2 to 3 years, I was producing only about 15 vehicles a year.
Okay.
So, you know, about 1 a month approximately, we'd be able to turn out, and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't a booming business. I think our first year we did about $550,000 worth of business, not very much, you know, and it was just enough to survive.
Yeah.
And that's all I was looking for, is just enough to survive, to feed my family, to get out of, you know, some debt that we accrued trying other things.
None of the children starved, right?
That's right. None of the children starved. That's right. So then after those 2 to 3 years, you know, it just started slowly escalating. It's not something that just boomed overnight.
Right.
It just, you know, we went from, I think, 550 to 800,000 to $1.2 million. It just slowly grew like that, and today we're producing about 120 vehicles a year, and we're looking to hopefully double that in the next 2 or 3 years.
So are you probably known in the industry as kind of the quality? I mean, how would you?
We are. What we push are the things that my father told me you have to push. He says the quality, the customer service, and then of course the price point. Those are the things where the customers are looking at. And we know that our pricing can always fluctuate depending on the quality. Right. So we're compared to other manufacturers in other countries, because now there's armorers in Mexico, in Brazil, right, in the Middle East. Compared to them, we're very high quality. We're like the Germany of.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, of armoring. But if you compare us to, I think Mercedes-Benz armors their vehicles themselves. We're again back to the U.S. The Chevrolet versus the Mercedes-Benz. Right, so right. We're right between. We're affordable, yet we produce a quality product. And in our business, it's important that the customer can't tell that the vehicle's armored. So that's
is that right? So if we looked at one, we wouldn't know it?
No, you wouldn't. It takes a trained eye to actually see what is armored and what's not. That's the whole idea. We want our clients to be able to go and drive a regular automobile, whether it be an SUV or a sedan, right, and drive in their town or their city, and not everybody know that, hey, that's an armored vehicle.
Yeah.
We're not building them like the president has, Obama, where you can look at it and say, what's wrong with this vehicle? This is a tank.
Yeah. Tell us about some of your, must be an interesting business. You do fly to Iran, Iraq, those really friendly countries, and Mexico, is that?
That's right. Well, most of the countries that we sell to, I've been to Saudi Arabia, okay, India, West Africa, all over the Eastern Europe, Mexico, Central America. As far as South America, we don't get much into them. There's other people that provided them, but so yeah, Haiti and Dominican Republic. So all the places that there's unrest. The Philippines is another good one. Other places where there's usually unrest there's usually a lot of wealthy right, and a lot of poor, and very little in between. Okay. And so our clients are worried about being targets to kidnapping for ransom.
Yeah. And that's a big issue, especially in Mexico and other areas.
It is, and it's not like the U.S. where here in the United States, if you get kidnapped, the FBI are right there.
Right there, right.
In other countries, a lot of people get away with the kidnapping for ransom. It's a big business. They take you or your wife, or very rarely an older child. They don't. No. This is not little kids that we're talking about, and they'll charge anywhere between $50,000 to $2 million to give you back. And usually you do get whoever that is back, but it's a risk that you don't want to have to take.
They calculate return on investment. You're a good purchase.
That's right. That's right. That's right. They do. Our cars, start anywhere from $120,000 to it can go up to $500,000 depending on the type of vehicle. But when they look at how much, just the emotional right, problems that their wife or themselves might have by being kidnapped, they look at that and they look at the price, and it's well worth it.